Hello, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. My name is Nelson. I work as a quant in Tradetron, and I will be taking this session on strategy creation. Today's agenda or today's topic for strategy creation is to basically how to trigger universal exit in order to reset the counter while you're trading a strangle or a strangle. Many times what happens is that we are addressing the issue that if the straddle or a strangle legs get exited via set exit on Tradetron, right? Then the counter of the strategy does not change for the next re-entry. So the strategy can remain live entered or not enter again during the day. So in order to remove that hassle, what we are going to do is, so after one leg is exited through set exit, we are going to call universal exit in order to square off the other open leg. So because of that, the universal exit will trigger and automatically the next re-entry will also happen and the counter will get reset. So we will see how to do that today. So first of all, we will go to the strategies section and go to create. And also this particular session is being recorded right now. So we will be uploading the video on our YouTube channel. As you can see, whenever we have any sessions, we upload those videos on our channel, so you will be able to refer to it later on. And also I will be creating the template, which will be shared with all of you guys, so you can refer to it at any point in time. And we will also take the questions from you with regards to your queries about strategy creation at the end of the webinar. All right. So first of all, let me just name this particular strategy. So for example, I'll just type to reset counter, use universal exit. All right. Okay, so let me just save this create this strategy and save. So always remember that anytime you're making any changes or you're putting any formula, always remember to update the strategy and create the strategy, or else the data that you save might go away if the internet goes off or anything of that sort. So yeah, so in this case, we will be using two simple sets. So first of all, let me start off with the set number 1. So we will put a simple entry condition. So we will use one set for a call leg entry and one set for put leg entry. So for example, if it's a straddle or a strangle, in this case, we will be using a long strangle or a long straddle, and we will see how to make those adjustments. All right. And I will show you practical example also. What I've already created this strategy and I've put it for trading in paper trading. So I will show you what kind of trades it has taken at the end. So you will understand how to use the formula. So for example, if you want to start trading at say after 9:15 a.m., right? So time NSE is greater than equal to number 9:15 a.m. All right. We will put two more conditions. So first is basically net quantity. Net quantity traded. I will tell you why we are using this keyword. Net quantity, traded instrument name, entry instrument, and we will be using Nifty Bank in this case. So Nifty Bank, set number 1, leg number 1, and condition number 1 and leg number 1. So we want that the particular leg is equal to number 0. All right. So the reason why we are putting this is that we want that the leg number 1 of this particular set should not be already open. So if there is an already open leg that we are going to put from this positions, that if a call option or a put option is already open, then we don't want it to take another entry again and again. So once it is open, that means we don't want to take that entry unless it is squared off. So that's the reason why we are checking that this entry will happen only if the net quantity is equal to 0. All right. After that, we will use positions detail in order to restrict the entry. All right. So we want to take entry only once before the universal exit gets triggered. So what we will do is we will use positions detail. So positions detail, as you may already know by now, it's the keyword to restrict the number of entries. So in this case, since this is the call option that we are going to trade from the set number 1, we will use position detail transaction type buy. So this is for a buy a transaction. You can use maybe a sell also as per your whether it's a short straddle or a short strangle. So you can use anything that you like. All right. So this is the buy call option we will use in the first set. Value will be quantity and underlying will be Nifty Bank. So position detail is equal to 0 this keyword will help us enter into this position only once. All right, before universal exit gets triggered. And after universal exit, the counter will reset, so automatically it will start trading again. All right. So position detail entry buy call quantity Nifty Bank is equal to 0. And we will put the position as NFO call option underlying Nifty Bank. We will put it as a intraday MIS ATM current quick, and we will select lots because FNO should be selected in lots. All right. So once we have added this is the entry condition of the first set. All right. So in order to basically exit this particular leg, we will use set exit, right, for this set number 1 entry, and we will use set exit in order to square off this particular call leg. So what we will do is we will create an exit condition, and here we will create 2 groups. So there is a reason why we will be creating 2 groups, because we will be putting target and stop loss both for this particular leg call option. All right. So first we will check that whenever before the exit happens, we are going to check that the net quantity, in this case, traded instrument name, entry, Nifty Bank. And here we are going to check that the set number 2, that is for the put option, the quantity, that is, it should have already been entered. So only when the put option is open, only then we will use the set exit of the call option, that is set number 1, in order to exit the call leg, or else we will use the universal exit. So right now you may be a little confused, but as in when we go further and as in when we create this complete strategy, I will take you through the entire setup, so it will be all clear to all of you. All right. 2 1 1 is equal to number 0. All right. And in this second group that we have created, we'll put 2 conditions, but this we will put in OR, because here we're going to put target and stop loss. So it will be either target or stop loss, right? So for example, if I want to put, say, 10 points as the target, so LTP of traded instrument name, entry, Nifty Bank 1 1 1 is greater than traded instrument entry price bank Nifty Bank 1 1 1 plus, suppose, number 10. So if I want to take, say, if I'm buying a call option and if I want to keep a target of only 10 points, so if I have bought it at 100 rupees, then I want to exit it at 110. So what I will do is LTP traded instrument name is greater than entry price, traded instrument entry price, that will be suppose 100. And if LTP of the same instrument is now 110, that is the entry price plus 10, that will be 110, then it will exit. All right. So this is basically the target for the bought position. And we will put a stop loss also, that, you know, I will just simply copy paste now for the stop loss. LTP of traded instrument name is less than traded instrument entry price minus number 10. All right. So for example, if I have entered at 100 rupees, then I want to exit, my target is suppose 110. So then that's the reason why we will use this setup, that LTP is greater than traded instrument entry price plus 10, that will be 110 from 100 rupees. And if a stop loss, if I want to put it at 90, so if I have bought a call option at 100 rupees, and if my stop loss should be 90, then that's the reason why we will put that LTP is less than the entry price minus number 10. So that is basically stop loss and the target condition. But this target, this stop loss and target for the leg number 1 will only be met if no. So over here there is one mistake that we have done. So it will be basically not equal to 0. So there is when it is equal to 0, that means that the quantity is nil. And when it is not equal to 0, so this sign is for not equal to. So when it is not equal to 0, what it means is that the position for put option, that is 211, that we will be creating now, is already open. So only when the put option is open, at that time this will trigger, or else we will use universal exit. All right. So this is the set number 1, entry and exit. Now I will just save this strategy again in order to make sure nothing gets deleted. So this is set number 1 for call option buy. All right. Now we will use the set number 2 for put option buy. So we will use the same condition. So instead of making any changes or typing it again, what we will do is we will use the simple copy paste function that we have. So whenever we update the strategy, right, you will get this option to copy and paste. So what will happen is, so this will become very easy. So for example, I'll just click on copy, and we will simply put on click on paste over here. So the same condition that we used in set number 1 entry, it will come over here also. But over here, we will make certain modifications because this is set number 2, right? So over here, we will check that the net quantity of 211, because this is set number 2, that was set number 1. So we will change this to 211. That open, there should be no open position or the put side. So that's the reason why it will be 211 is equal to 0. And position detail, we will use instead of call, we will select put option. All right. So position detail entry by call option was in the first set for call set, and for put set, this is the second set, we will use put option. Okay. So we will just make this condition, and then we will add the position builder. So over here, it will be NFO put Nifty Bank MIS, again current week ATM, and lots will be 1. All right. So this is basically for put side entry. All right. So once this is done, this is for the entry part. We will similarly use the same construction for the put side. So what I will do is I will copy this set number 1 exit, and we will put the same in the put exit. So but we will use a different set legs. All right. So over here, since in the first set, as we checked whether the put option, that is 211, was not equal to 0. So in this case, what we will do is we will check that the call option has not already squared off. So that's the reason why we will change this in the put option set to 111. All right. So we are checking this, that only when the call option is open, then only we will use set exit, or else we will use the universal exit. So once we go to universal exit, all of this will be clear. And then here we will change the legs because this is set number 2. So it will be 211. Here also 211. And here also we will use 211 because this is the second set, and we are squaring of put option for the second set. So put option also same thing. We have used either target of 10 points for the put option bot and the stop loss for 10 points for the put option bot. All right. So I will just save this. So this is the second set that is also ready now. So this what it will do is it will exit the particular leg of the set only when the other side, that is, in this case, so for example, right now to explain you what we did. So net quantity of 211 is not equal to 0. So that means only when this put option, that is 211, set number 2, leg number 1 is open, only then this particular set exit will trigger. All right, for the call option. And for the put option, similarly, this put option set exit will trigger only when the call option is already open. All right. So for the first time, whenever the exit happens, we are basically saying that you should exit from set exit. And for the second leg, whichever is the open leg, we will use the universal exit in order to exit that particular leg. So now we will see how to construct that particular section in the universal exit. So what we will do is, I will just go to universal exit. So over here, we will create different groups, 2 different groups, right? So 1 and 2. In this group, in fact, so there will be 2 different groups. Over here also, one for call and 1 for put. And in that group, we will have subset of groups, all right? Because we will need total 2 groups inside the call option part and inside the put option part. So this is basically the main subgroup of the universal exit, and we are checking for the call option part. So first, let us see how to put a stop loss for the put option side by checking the legs from the call option side. All right. So what I will do is, so over here, first of all, we will check So just focus on this particular group now, right? This is the first group and this is the second group. Don't think about the second group right now. We will just focus on the first group. All right. So over here, what we will do is first we'll create traded instrument. We are going to check that entry strike. Nifty Bank 111, that is the call option, has been traded. So whenever you want to check whether a particular leg or a particular leg has been traded or not, this is the only keyword that you have to use in order to make sure it has been traded. So that will be traded instrument entry strike 111. And we are going to check the net quantity also of the same leg. So net quantity, traded instrument name, entry instrument Y bank 111 is equal to number 0. So over here, see, this is the difference. Earlier in the above set, we checked that the position of the other leg should have been open. So that is not equal to 0. But here we are checking that the call option has been traded and it has got squared off. So what it means is that if it's traded and squared off, that means it has exited from the set exit. That is set number 1. All right. And that's the reason why only when the set exit has happened for the call option from the set exit, then we will use this universal exit condition to trigger the exit for the put position. All right. So that is how we will do over here. So over here, we will use the same for construction. This will be in OR as we did it in the set exit. This will be the target and stop loss for the put leg. So what we will do is, so LTP of traded instrument name, entry instrument Y bank, but we are checking this is basically a stop loss for the put position, right? So that's the reason why 2 1 1 is greater than traded instrument entry price Nifty Bank 211, because this is the put portion, right? So LTP is greater than traded instrument entry price by 10 points. That is the same stop loss that we have in the set level, right? So that will be number 10. All right. And we will simply copy paste now elsewhere. So for example, now if I want to put a stop loss, I will use LTP is less than traded instrument entry price minus number 10. All right. Number 10. So this is basically the put option to stop loss. So we are checking that call option has been traded and it has got squared off. So we will use the universal exit in order to square off the put position. Similarly, over here, we will do the opposite for the call option stop loss. So here we will simply check. So I will just copy this same condition from here to here. So over here, we will put one more condition like the above. So these are two sets, right? Like I told you, focus only on these two groups. So it will be clear to you also. So I will just copy this same thing, traded instrument. I will paste it over here. But here we are checking that the set number 2 has been basically traded. That is the put option has been traded and it has got exited. So that's the reason why we will use net quantity. Sorry, not here. I will push it over here. So net quantity of 211. So earlier we checked 111. Here we are checking that the put option has got squared off from the set exit. So that's the reason why we will use number 0. Okay. So now here we have checked that the put option has got squared off. So we will put the stop loss for the call position over here. So instead of creating it this again, what we will do is I will just create this condition and I will put this in OR and I will simply copy paste from here. So LTP of 111 is greater than, but we will change the set number, but I will just copy it for now and then I will do paste plus number 10. All right. So over here now I will change. I will just simply click on this one and I will change this to 111, 111, and this also 111 is equal to 0. Similarly, this will be in OR condition. So LTP is less than traded instrument minus number 10. All right. So you can choose anything that you want. It's highly customizable as per your liking. So, but now see that strategy is basically ready. So I will just basically make some few changes. I will just change this reactivation on exit time after to 2 minutes, because after universal exit, we want to activate this strategy after 2 minutes for re-entry during the day, right? I will change this to continuous check. 1 second and maybe 1 minute. All right. And I will update this strategy. I will just take you through this entire strategy now. 1 second. So please wait. I will answer your questions later on once we are done with this particular session. All right. I will answer your questions. Just give me some time. So let me just take you through what we have done over here. Okay. So first of all, in the set 1 entry, we basically check that the time is after 9:15 and the net quantity of 111, that is the call option, is 0, and position detail entry by quantity is equal to 0 for call option. So it will enter only once for call option before re-entering. All right. After the universal exit has happened, it will reset the counter and enter again. But before that, it will not take entry again whenever it has squared. All right. So after this, what we are doing is we are basically checking, taking this position entry in call option of ATM, and we are exiting this call option only when the 211, that is the put option, is not equal to 0. That means when the put option is already open, only then this set exit will trigger either a stop loss of 10 points, that is 10 points over here, or a target of 10 points, that is this one. So that is the reason why in this group we have used OR, but it should be in AND at the group level, because we are checking that the quantity of net quantity of put leg is also along with this. This condition should be true along with that the position should be open for put. So main heading is in and the subgroup only for target and stop loss is in OR condition in 2 subgroups. All right. This is for the set 1, that is call. Now for the set 2, this is for the put entry, put leg. So that's the reason why it's the same construction as the call entry, just that in this positions detail, we are using entry by put instead of call. All right. And in the net quantity, we are referring to 211 because it's the set number 2. So whenever that happens, it will enter into this put option at intraday level, and then it will exit only when the call option, that is 111, is not equal to 0. That is basically only if the call option is open when this condition matches of this stop loss for the put option, then only this set exit will trigger, or else it will trigger from universal exit. So after this, we will go to universal exit, and as we saw over here we are checking that we made 2 subgroups. That is, one is for call option and one is for put option. That is, this is for 111, this is for the put option stop loss 211, and this is for the call option, that is 111. But what we are doing is we are checking over here for the put option stop loss, we are checking that the call option, that is entry 111, has been traded and it has got, and then after that the net quantity has become 0. So what it means that once the 111 has been traded, that means it has entered. And when the net quantity becomes 0, that means that it is automatically squared off, right? So after this construction, we are checking the stop loss of the put position. The 211 is either 10 points or stop loss is 10 points. That is for the put leg. Similarly, for the call option stop loss, first we are checking that the call option, that the put option, that is 211, has been entered and it has got squared off by a set exit. So once it is squared off by a set exit, then only we will use universal exit in order to square off the call leg. So 111 will be squared off by a universal exit. So now I will show you that I had deployed this strategy in paper trading in my own account. So I will show you what it has done. So accordingly, you will automatically understand the advantage of this. All right. How to avoid re-entry in the same strike when market is range bound. Okay, so we'll discuss that later on. To reset count. So over here, right? So basically, so once see, for this is the strategy that I had created with the same conditions. All right. So I will just show you. I will just edit this strategy, and I will show you that over here we are entering into the same condition. That call option was triggered over here by buy, and we use the same formula, net quantity, and we put a stop loss of 10 points for the call leg. All right. By checking the put option open position. Similarly, for set number 2, we have basically put the same condition for put leg, and we have used the set exit for put only after checking that the call option leg is open. After that, universal exit, here we are checking that the call leg is traded and squared off. Only then we are triggering the put option. Similarly, what we discussed in the previous in the strategy that we just created. So I will show you what kind of trades it has taken. So for example, this is the 6th counter, right? So today it took 6 counters total in the evening, suppose. So you will see that first of all, it entered at 3:20 p.m. suppose, all right? And as you can see, this is basically the set exit, all right? So it entered at 413 and at around 10 points lower, right? That is basically the stop loss. This put option got exited at 3:25 p.m., all right? So after 5 minutes, this condition was met, and that's the reason why first set exit got triggered at 3:25 p.m. After that, then in order to reset the counter, the call exit happened via universal exit, as you can see. So over here, it got bought at 291. So 10 points higher was the target. So it got exited, but not by a set exit. So whenever there is a set exit, you will see that this exit will show as the only exit. But if there is a strategy level exit that happens via universal exit, then you will see it as universal exit. So that's the reason why in counter, it exited only after the put option has got already exited. So that's the reason why at 3:26:45 p.m. this particular put option got exited when this condition was met from the put option position. So as you can see, this was 3:25 p.m. exit. That was the first one. And then at the end, the second leg, open leg, was exited via universal exit. This is the same thing that has happened for all counters. So if you see this counter, it got entered at, say, suppose 3:16 p.m. But this is basically the put option. So this is universal exit. So that means this leg got exited later on. So in this counter, call leg got exited first. So as you can see, at 3:16 p.m. it entered at so-and-so price. And after 10 points of stop loss, it got exited via set exit at 3:16:58. So this leg got exited first. And then after that, at 3:17:22, that is after 1 minute, this leg also got exited because there was just a 5-point stop loss. All right. So this is how, as you can see in this previous counters also, this is how universal exit gets triggered at the end. And before that, before this particular exit, the set exit will trigger at 3:08, and the universal exit will trigger after that. All right. So this is how, as you can see, different counters also get reset, and automatically it keeps on re-entering. But over here, just to tell you, we have used 2 minutes as reactivate on exit after, right? So as you can see, each and every counter will have a difference of 2 minutes. So if you see, entry time was at 3:20 p.m. for this. But before that, if you see fifth counter, its universal exit was at suppose 3:18 p.m. So that's the reason why after this universal exit, after 2 minutes, it got reactivated, and at again 3:20 p.m. it got entered. So this counter's entry was 3:16 p.m. Now, if you go to the previous counter, that is 4th counter, you will see that the entry of this particular counter was 3:07 p.m. That is 2 minutes before the second set, the next set entry, right? Exited, sorry. So after this universal exit happened at 3:17 p.m. After which it took the entry in the next counter. So that is how it will keep on repeating. All right. So this is how this particular thing works. Now I will also share the template for this particular strategy with you, so that you can use it at any point in time whenever you need it. So you will have the option to duplicate over here. I've made the template as such. I will put it in your chat box right now. So over here, this is the template. You can just simply duplicate this, and you will not have to basically create this entire thing that I have created. So you can use the same setup and you can create this particular strategy. All right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Please use Hindi and English. Okay, sir. We will try to do that from next next sessions, because what happens is that there are many clients that we have from South India also. So they don't talk in Hindi. So then in that case, it becomes difficult for them. So that's the reason why we keep it in mostly English. But yeah, we will try to have it in both Hindi and English. All right. How to check backtesting? So for do basic documentation of each thing, right? So yeah, so we have a basic documentation over here. So if you want to go to the basic documentation, what you can do is, so I will go to this bottom of the page. So over here we have this resources, right? So you will see this keyword documentation. So over here in this keyword documentation, you will find each and every keyword that is being used to create a strategy with example. So for example, if you want to use ADX, then how to use that position under position keyword, right? All of that is already available over here. So this is the link that you can refer to in order to get an idea of how to use each and every keyword. So for example, if you want to create a strategy on say demo or super trend or anything. So for example, EMA. So all of that is available over here. Plus, at the same time, you're on this Tradetron YouTube channel, right? So this is a Tradetron YouTube channel. Over here, you will find a search box and any strategy that you want to create, right? If I want to say create EMA strategy, then I can click on this over here and you will find that there is a video on this in Hindi on how to create an EMA strategy. Similarly, if you want super trend, then even super trend related strategies or any parameters that you have, we have like almost 300, 400 videos. In this playlist, you will find this know the strategy and as well as strategy creation videos. So almost 50 over here. So there are different videos that are there. So you can basically watch any of the videos that we have uploaded, and that will help you out. So you can understand how to create a strategy. And at the same time, if you have any doubts, you can just get in touch with us through contact. This is a chat support that is available from 9 a.m. till 12 o'clock in the night. Also, this is a contact number. So over here, you will find this contact. So this is a Mumbai call center number. So you can call on this number from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you have any strategy related questions. And also you can raise a support ticket. So over here, if you raise a support ticket, over here, if you have any detailed information that you want, and if you want to us to get information for you, you can open a ticket over here and we will be able to address you within 24 hours. So that is how the support center works. So see, I will not be able to answer each and every part of this. So in this case, you can just ask us, because this webinar is a general webinar to discuss certain topics. So what happens is that we will be discussing this, putting this webinar on our Tradetron YouTube channel. So different queries that were asked, right? So based on that, we create these webinars and we upload it. So at any point in time, so as you can see, this was a short straddle, this was a bit BNS, this was MCX related strategy. So you can watch that and you can see how to create that strategy. But specific questions that you have related to your strategy, please get in touch with support because they will be able to answer it. And also you can write to us on support tickets. So we will be able to call you and we will sort it out personally for you. All right. So that is how support works. Next is place universal exit at 500. So yeah, it's a very place universal exit at 500. You can just use PNL. So there is this blog that we have written, Q&A.tradetron.tech. Over here, if you go and simply search for PNL, right, then you will find different examples that we have given. So I'll just show you right now. So you can go, just you don't need to sign up or anything. You can just type say PNL. All right. So once you put PNL, there is a blog that we have written. So this is the PNL and stop loss related blog. So you can find different examples of how to use it 15 points or 100 points or 1500 rupees. So see, for example, this is how you put the PNL target of 1000 rupees. All right. Then if you want to put stop loss also by percentage wise. So this is the same construction that we use in this video today. So you can use the same construction for percentage wise. This is for 20%. This is for 60%. So like that, you can go through this particular link on Q&A Tradetron.tech and watch this example. So once you get to know this, you will automatically be able to put that kind of a stop loss. Also, there is this keyword that is traded instrument PNL, and also we have put a video. So if you want to know the PNL of only one leg, instead of, so PNL keyword directly calculates strategy level. But if you want to check only call option PNL or put option PNL, then you can use this particular keyword. So that is how you can understand this and then use it for your own strategy purposes. All right. How to avoid re-entry in the same driver. So this will require mostly custom coding. So that's the reason why we will not discuss this. But yeah, you can get into, you write, so please write this to support@tradetron.tech. Our quant team will get back to you on how to do this. All right. This will, because there is no keyword specific for this, but we will help you out with this. All right. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for today. If you have any more questions, if there anything that you want to know, deploy how to avoid re-entry into, yeah, so that is the thing that we will have to use percentage instead of point. So yes, this is what we already discussed, right? So in this leg, you will find that this is the percentage wise stop loss. So we use point wise, right? So this is how over here you will use percentage wise. So this is how the percentage wise stop loss works. So 1.20 is for 20%. So over here, if you read this, right, the 20% and 60%, you can use according to that. So this is for the target. If it's 20% target, then it's 1.2. If it's stop loss, therefore 20%, then it will be 0.80. That is 1 into 20, that is 1.20. And 1 minus 20 will be 0.80. So that's how you will be able to use it. So if you get stuck somewhere, you can just get in touch with us on chat, and we will be able to help you out with that. Anything else pending? So yeah, so that is pretty much it. Thank you for attending this webinar. If you have any more questions, let us know, and we will be able to help you out. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening. Thank you.